2, 1, go. Guys.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class
Oh wait,
trial,
she's just sitting there
you
now.
present your arguments for who the
Oh, yo.
killer is.
I noticed that, bro. I was about to say that. Man, hold on. She's serious. She's really about that, like, all of a sudden.
And only the
Yeah,
Yo,
I knew it.
I forgot to point that out, too. I'm like, damn, hold on. She seemed a lot more serious.
person. I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Oh shit. Damn, what the fuck?
Little sis,
What happened to you?
you've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon because you're a rabbit?
Oh,
But I don't even stand on it. The and got punched down. It did not matter.
One more time.
Down.
Jeez, how about this one?
what the
The and she's getting a combo again.
It's useless. Please stop. You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around.
She's like, I don't need some counter.
The class
Yeah, she's like, no, fuck
started
this. I mean, all this shit. I'm really ready to end this shit.
This time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person or?
That's the question.
All right, let's see. That's the bullets. Okay.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So
Okay.
that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Why did another one?
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
I guess torture ones would torture Nagito. No, okay.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
So I can't remember.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
That's
So
it.
that's
Maybe
why he was so
I'm not gonna
beat
put it there
up.
yet.
What were they trying to find out? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Let me look at the fucking wound or the torture wound.
Killer didn't take Nagito's
Oh, wait.
mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. they trying to find out by torture?
Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
If so, the suspect
Is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
The killer didn't take Nagito. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
the reason Nagito's body.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so. What were they trying to find out by torture?
Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
If so, this
Is whoever found the bomb first.
I'm just gonna be stupid. Yeah, no, that's wrong.
The killer didn't take Nagito. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
the reason Nagito's body.
Oh, I mean, but alright, I ain't gonna lie, Joy. Hold on. This thing I have where,
Nagito.
what's it called? You heal off of your focus time. It's kind of crazy.
He was so beat up. What were they trying?
I could
to
low-key
find
keep
out by
infinity spamming fucking infinite health. Now I just have to worry about the timer, which the timer is still going down. So I'm concerned how the cheat code thing works.
So, the suspect.
Is whoever found the bomb first.
I don't
That was
understand.
Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's
Monokuma's panels. Let me see. It's not
no way I'd
readable.
torture someone.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were.
The reason Nagito's body.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he. What were they trying to? Definitely the bomb's. If so,
Is whoever found the bomb first.
Survival name? For this?
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Let me try this. I'm gonna try survival knife with whoever found the bomb first.
the reason Nagito's body.
It's because the killer.
So that's why. What were they trying to? Definitely the bomb's. If so,
Is whoever found the bomb.
Could be wrong. Most likely wrong. Yeah, that's wrong.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
the reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Yeah.
Survival knife? No. Fuck, I'm gonna just start guessing. I could heal anyways.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Oh, duct tape torture. That actually makes sense. Cause it's from fucking duct taping them.
Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything.
So yeah, duct tape with torture. That I'm fucking.
If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have.
Hold on, this makes sense.
I'm prepared.
Oh my god, why are you super countering me?
I just realized it's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Alright, let's see. Rebuttal showdown. Torture wounds, roll, duct tape, spear.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you obviously assumed he couldn't talk, but that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention, this is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
Duct tape? Oh fuck, I messed up.
Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap. Pay attention, this is how it went. First, the killer tortured and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
It's not duct tape? Okay.
Pay attention, this is how it went down. First,
Torture
the killer
wounds?
tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
No.
Pay attention. This is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut. Whew.
What's the sword here?
Wait.
Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
Okay.
Pay attention. This is how it went down.
Shit.
First, the killer tortured and got information about the bomb's location.
Duct tape. No. Duct tape has to be the answer.
Pay attention. This is how it first, the killer tortured and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him,
Duct tape? Alright, duct tape after they killed him. Oh yeah, because the blood would have splattered on the duct tape or some shit like that, right?
There's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
what did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with Rock. We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture.
Why do you always side with Hajime? You have a crush on him or something?
I mean, shoot, that might be my baby girl.
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth. The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer? If so, friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bat. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
Hmm? The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
Can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse. Yeah, and right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Oh, wait. Maybe, alright, Jordan. Fuck. I don't know, I should pause it. But, what's it called? When I can't open the door, that's when the lighter went down. When all the plushies was stacked against the door, the plushies had to go all the way across to the lighter, knock that shit down, hit the oil, then boom. That's how that happened.
It is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
Even if it was only a coincidence. the
Which
timing
action
was
press
just
circle?
too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for some kind of setup.
That was definitely like some type of
I did
setup.
not know that.
Yeah, 100% a setup. That had to be the setup.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an
Cause I'm thinking about who lighted the lighter. The shit was connected to the lighter.
Let's think about this based on what
Niggas did calculation before that happened.
Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is.
The reason for the fire is because of those plushies. That has to be the bullet.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Correct?
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter. Based on the shape of that oil, it can stand upright while the flame...
If they tipped over the lighter in some, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way? Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound.
Or perhaps
Okay, yeah.
opening the door caused...
Monica was
Panels
push.
the
Tip
door.
over the lighter.
Open the door? Okay. Panels open the door. Panels open the
The
door.
direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene.
Panels open the
Killer
door.
used some kind. He lit the curtain on fire.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised...
They probably just threw the
Through,
based on the shape of it,
no.
it can stand upright.
If they
Open the
tipped
door.
over,
Open the
it could have
door.
ignited the.
Some way? Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound.
Or perhaps opening the door caused...
Yep, open the door.
also agreed that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought. It was the wind pressure.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels.
Mm-hmm.
A huge
Yep.
number of
They use
typical
all the
Monokuma
panels. Yep.
were found at the crime scene.
Look at my brain working now. I'm tired.
It looked like
I'm barely working no sleep.
each other in a single
Or
line.
rest in general. My body just needs rest.
Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
Domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they felt like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
Now I'm thinking. Now I just saw that design. Was there a reason, Jordan, for the plushie to be in front of Nagito?
Notice them.
Like, what if the rope was tied to the fucking? What if the plushie was tied to Nagito for some reason? And the nigga stabbed the fucking plushie to Nagito or whatever.
One more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The killer did use something to hide the domino effect. What did they use? What did they use? What did they use? What did they use?
Yeah, and they did win.
I see.
Thank you.
You're talking about the MP3 player. That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing. Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter. Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
With the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
Let's see this one. The killer couldn't have left.
I see. If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave.
Already? Oh shit!
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Ooh, we were all outside the warehouse.
Yeah, it had to be.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of... You don't have to think so hard.
There's the one person who could possibly have done this. This murder.
Hajime?
The person who set up the domino effect. There's only one person who could have done that. Already? Oh fuck. Shit. The one who's so the one who's who made the setup. Do we want to say Byakuga already? Or Byakuya already?
Think about it. After all we just discussed, there's
But like, it
no way we
has to
could've
be
did that.
him. But the fucking ultimate imposter. Alright. On go. 3, 2, 1, go. Nope, it wasn't him. That's not it. The person who set up the outfit was someone else. Okay, that's not him.
It can only have been Nagito, man. He set that up.
But why?
I don't know. But no
All
one
right.
else could have did it though because we could
All
get
right.
inside.
3, 2. Wait, are you still on the go thing, or I was on Byakuga? That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
This is my answer.
I was thinking Nagito too, but like,
What if it was was Nagito.
What the fuck happened, Dave? Who's the killer? Wait, I'm so confused. I'm just so confused, bro.
Maybe. Huh?
Not just the victim.
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too.
Are you saying this was a suicide?
I don't
His
think it was
body
a
covered in
suicide.
torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that. Don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss. That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it,
He seems possibly think about it. If I'm he tied himself up. How? What? I don't fucking know. Why is she? Gamer Girl's cooking. No, wait, tell me. What do you see that I don't see? She's being Kyoka right now. She's like, I'm on that level now. Like out of nowhere.
that's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
The plush?
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
Could it be the plushie? I don't know. Plushie? Fuck, I don't. Is there a way to tie up your legs by yourself?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but
I
tying
gotta
both
look it
arms
up.
would be...
You couldn't do much with the. It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth?
No.
Or if you use your front...
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
If I was such a Nagito commit something correct, Nagito should have tied himself up to that's okay, right?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's
What if he
obviously
didn't?
impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
Yeah, what if he didn't burn tie himself up? What if he just generally fucking... Well, no, because the legs was tied, but...
Arms and legs.
Hold on. Burnt rope... Oh, fuck, I don't got no focus reader. I think it's burnt rope would tie up all... Like the very first shit.
Tying both arms
It's gotta be burnt rope
It'd be
something.
impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front...
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Alright, there you go. Skipping.
Actually tie up your own arms and legs.
Oh yeah, burnt rope, tie up your own arms and legs. He tied up his legs, but then burnt the rope.
Hold on a second. Isn't that premise for...
What? I mean, it's no mistake that.
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like, but that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence.
The proof that the rope is right on the trap is his right sleeve.
Take a close look at his right sleeve.
Yeah.
Cause the shit would have connected to him.
His sleeve wasn't burned at all. Don't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely.
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
You should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
That's
What?
definitely wrong.
Fine.
Did Sonya just offer to say prostitution?
Yo! Yo! Whoa!
This is not. Hey, don't do it for free. Make them pay. What?
Even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it.
It's impossible
Yeah,
to
we wanted a
stab
business
your
order.
right hand with your right hand.
Hajime, you tricked me. Give me back that Benjamin.
Give me that bitch. Me. Not only did she try to show me that, she wants the money back with her.
Something lame. I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
But we're supposed to be serious, and you over here talking about bitches, and me touching your titty and shit. What the? Okay, all right, no, wait. All right. So let's see the arguments.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it?
No, not blood on the girder. I think blood on the girder is the bullet.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free,
How could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it? If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
Blood on the girder? Oh no, let me ask you.
Your arms won't bend that easily.
No.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
No. I'm just guessing at this point. I ain't gonna lie.
Even
Just
if
because I could
Nagito's
keep healing myself with my fucking focus state.
How could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
if he threw
Also, that's what they meant. So, like, if I press the wrong shit or whatever, I don't lose time no matter what. Okay, I thought it was the time just doesn't go down.
Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it? Propped it onto what? If he just propped him, he could have used his bound left hand.
Yeah.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with...
If he threw the knife into and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it? Propped it onto what? If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
I think I gotta take a
Threw the knife
bullet.
into the air and let the knife. Could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it? Propped it onto... If he just propped, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand. Even if Nagito's right hand was... How could he stab his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the... and let the knife... Could he stab his hand? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped and slammed his right... Propped it up. If he just propped, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms... We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand. Even if Nagito's right hand... How could he stab his right...
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped them and slammed his right hand down. Propped it onto... If he just propped them, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand. Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let
Let me look at the survivor knife.
it fall, could he stab his... hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it? Propped it onto what? If he just propped, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend.
Damn,
that
Joe,
easily.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm confused.
We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand. Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down, propped it up. If he just propped, he could have used his...
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it! Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
I think good.
Blood in the left hand. Blood was splattered in the palm of his left hand for some reason. The blood cuts off in the middle of his palm, and also the back of his left hand is unnatural blood stain down. A lifestyle plushie that was found on the floor near the fire with a huge bloody hole.
Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the
I'm
knife
overthinking this,
somehow
like, don't know how the fuck you.
and slammed his right hand down on it? Propped it onto what? If he just propped, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily.
We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
I love the way the fucking distraction lines or whatever on the silencer shit. Give me that Benjamin.
Could he stab his right hand? Could he stab his hand out? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
I don't know. I only got 30 seconds. I gotta guess.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife and let the knife fall, could he
Not
stab his hand
that
that
one, I
way?
believe. No, it's not that.
Even if Nagito's, how could he stab his right hand with
If he threw the knife and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it, propped it up. If he just propped, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily.
I only got 6 seconds left. Yep, that's it.
Even if Nagito's, how could he stab his...
If he threw the knife...
And that's it. Time's up. I don't know.
This is my hour. We will never give up.
Ah, fuck.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with...
If he threw the knife into and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it? Propped it, if he just propped, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily.
Bro, I got the bullet, bro. Alright, game. Let's go back.
Even if Nagito's, how could he stab his? If he
I don't think it's one of our bullets.
Stab his hand. Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped and slammed his right. Propped it up. If he just propped, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, we don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand. Even if Nagito's, how could he stab his?
If he threw the knife and let the knife, could he stab his hand out? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped the knife somehow.
Even if Nagito's, how could he stab his?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand. Propped it onto what? If he just propped, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand. Even if Nagito's right hand was, how could he stab his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand?
If he threw the knife and let the knife fall.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his?
If he threw the knife into and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped
has
the
something to
knife
do with that.
somehow and slammed his right hand down on it?
No. I thought that was it for a minute too. So it's just being here.
How could he stab his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand, propped it onto what? If he just propped, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily.
I don't know the answer, bro. I genuinely don't know. I'm confused.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with?
If he threw the knife and let the knife fall.
No.
Even if Nagito's right hand was, how could he stab his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it? Propped it onto what? If he just propped, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend. Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the and let the knife, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on, propped it onto what? If he just propped, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easy. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
If Nagito could use his right hand to stab himself, how did he do it?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Even if Nagito's, how could he stab his?
If he threw the knife and let the knife, could he stab his hand? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
Even if Nagito's right, how could he stab his right hand with his right?
If he threw the knife and let the knife, could he stab his hand? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
Oh, alright. Plushie propped the knife.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie stuff. He inserted the
How did that make
handle
sense?
into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll who's...
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear. If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
The question is, if that's the case, then did he just fucking cut himself with like legs and arm?
He endured the pain. He stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I'm sorry.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would...
Say it one more time.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty. I could never believe that.
There's no way we're doing this right now.
You say you can't believe it? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again.
Just shut your mouth. It's against the rule if you even think about doing anything.
But it's just as Monokuma said. This might also be the same. Calling this a suicide.
Then are you saying there is a killer among...
Of course that doesn't include Miss...
As Kazuichi said, but even if I'm betrayed again, no matter how many times I may be betrayed...
I also want to believe that there's no killer. But
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear.
I did say difficult, but I feel that there's... some...
What
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. That's how we made it this far up till now. Everyone.
all right?
Let's see. Burnt robe, blood on left hand, plushy, oil light, torch wounds.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through. When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
Blood hand?
How did Nagito's... Let's work together and think this through. When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move, but his left hand was also tied.
and that rules out his left hand.
Blood on his left hand. Rules out the his left hand.
Hold on.
Oh, fuck it.
It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left...
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off.
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached.
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with...
We might need to think and use our imaginations. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was...
I see.
And the other answer is gripping.
He was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear! Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting...
At times like this, you should always strike from a good...
Oh, I got it! Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was However, what's important is what set...
The core? Yeah. I don't know what part it is.
That's it. Instead of
was
the
called.
handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping. And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around.
That is where the clue to solve this mystery was. I am sorry. Of course this It seems we are stuck. At a time like that, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of
That's a long plan, Nick.
one step at a time? Let's focus on the spear first. Namely,
How it was positioned.
Is it Hangman? Oh, Logic died. Oh, thank God. Okay. Whew, not Hangman Gambit yet.
No, it's coming though.
Yeah, we know it's coming. It's always coming. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Why? So they putting up obstacles in front of you. So I'm slowing down, and or yeah, just slow down a little bit. All right. Question 1. Where was the spear before it impaled? I mean, in his left hand. What? It was not in his left hand. It was above.
I just spawned it just randomly, bro.
I know, bro. What the fuck is this? I never seen this. This is new. Y'all doing this on the final trial?
Oh, brother, that's right, mechanics.
If I want to do mechanics, I'll play Destiny Raids
Oh. What the fuck?
or freaking Genshin puzzles. Besides the spear, what else was above the ceiling girder? That has to be it. There's no way that's wrong. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm about to say if that's the wrong answer, then I don't know what the fuck I'm doing wrong. Then I'm clearly I'm a dumbass nigga, but this obviously I'm not. I hate that fucking thing. Oh god damn it! Fuck it, also
I
goes.
be spinning. Oh, the hitbox is crazy.
Oh, that shit pop doing mixed up like a crazy ass turn. Okay, hold on. Ah. Alright, question 3. When it connects both the spear and the ceiling grid, or what item connects both the spear and the ceiling grid? The spear cord, the rope, or the spear cord?
Yeah, it has to be cool. I would assume.
Yeah, it's the spear cord.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, read your turn. And that's it. Fuck the shit. Y'all over here providing different mechanics and shit out of nowhere.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular. In the middle of the air?
if Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP? That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder to.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so different?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is he really
There's no way this nigga committed suicide, bro. Like,
that was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear. That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear.
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why...
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's serious.
Yeah, that's a...
okay, no.
However, there is one thing I still do not... Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other. And tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a bastard. Nagito committed suicide.
That should be okay, right?
What?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but it's probably just mine.
So why do I feel something?
So what are you gonna do?
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide.
You are right. It is not as though we can...
Then it's okay. That means we're done with this last class trial. It's okay to reach such a happy end.
Then it's okay? It's okay to... Understood!
No!
Hold on.
Sorry, just a little more. I can't help but feel like...
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if
That's true.
The mystery isn't just about who... No matter how you look at it. Nagi... I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried...
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence.
You're gonna keep going?
Something related to Nagito's head, a piece of evidence that couldn't be messed with. The Academy file?
Crap!
No. What's related to Nagito's death and the evidence that couldn't be messed with? Uh,
Crap!
Jonah, I don't understand this. What's related to Nagito's death was the evidence that can't be messed with? The file?
I see!
Oh, okay.
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah. Huh? There was something suspicious.
Yeah, it's the file. It's the file. That's something that was believed to be new short. Not only does die, furthermore, there's still catching a left-arm pill in his right hand.
Wait, what?
What is it that she's worried about that's hidden in the file?